If I told you that I know the secret to becoming a confident, empowered, and happy human being, and it would not cost you anything but a little bit of your time, would you believe me? Well, it's true. I do know the secret. I'm going to share it with you right now. Go volunteer. Research shows that volunteering improves health outcomes for adults and seniors, builds job and leadership skills for teenagers and young adults, battles depression, builds communities, and strengthens bonds amongst families and friends. I mean, wow, could it get better than that? The best part is that opportunities are endless, and it does not matter what your interests are, or your passions, or your beliefs. There's an opportunity near you to work as a volunteer on something that you can get excited about. So, there's lots of health benefits to volunteering. Psychology Today has an article called Volunteer When Depressed, The Life You Save May Be Your Own, published in June of 2016 by Dr. Susan Noonan. She says, you might think I'm too tired, too disorganized, and too depressed, and I don't have anything to offer people. You might not know what to do or where to start. Just remember, action precedes motivation. So the best place to start is with what you're interested in. And it can be anything. You can be interested in politics. You can be interested in the environment. You can be interested in helping feed people. You can be interested in gardening. All of these things have opportunities for volunteerism here in our community of Flint. So volunteering battles depression by giving you a sense of purpose. You make a commitment. You have to get up, get out of your house, go be somewhere somebody's depending on you. It also gives you a sense of empowerment, and I think this is my favorite thing about being a volunteer. When I look at the world, it can be a really overwhelming place with so many problems. But by taking steps to go volunteer and solve some of those problems, it really makes you feel better about your impact on the world and making the world a better place. It's also a really good reason to get out of bed every day because you feel a sense of accomplishment, and it gives you a reason to think of others, and not only just others, other people and other things outside just the narrow aspect of your own life. It's actually part of a healthy lifestyle. So in a study for the Mayo Clinic called Helping People, Changing Lives, 3 Benefits of Volunteering by Angela Thoresen, she says volunteering reduces stress and increases positive, relaxed feelings by releasing dopamine. Reduced stress further decreases risks of many physical and mental health problems. So it improves your physical and mental health and promotes an active lifestyle. And for older folks, it actually decreases mortality. So if you want to live longer, volunteering is a good way to go. It increases your life satisfaction. It makes you part of something bigger. And it builds and strengthens relationships. It increases your social interaction, and it exposes you to new people because we all fall into the habit of just seeing the same people day after day. This gives you an opportunity to really meet with new people from different backgrounds and who may have just a different perspective on life than you do. Learning and improving job and leadership skills is a big part of volunteering. Forbes magazine, in an article called Building Professional Skills with Volunteering by James Huang, says nonprofits are notoriously short on high quality help, which means there are ample opportunities for building skills all over the management landscape. As someone who works in nonprofits and with nonprofits all over Flint, I can't tell you how on point that opinion is. The best thing about being with a nonprofit and volunteering is that the people who work at nonprofits, they're the kind of people who like to help. So they're eager to provide mentoring. They allow for new and creative ideas. They're going to let you try something that you may not get to try at your job because your boss doesn't think you're capable. Also, for young people especially, often you don't have a lot of job references to show what kind of skills you have. If you can show you volunteered in your community and built skills that way, that looks really great on your resume. It also gives you exposure to some different careers that you may not have thought of. You may think that your career path is set, but going to volunteer for an organization that does something really different and outside your other exposures is going to give you the opportunity to see some ideas that you may not have thought of before. So the last thing that volunteering really does that is good for your health is that it helps you build community, not only just for yourself, but it helps you build broader community on a wider scale, like for the whole city. And Help Guide, in an article called Volunteering and Its Surprising Benefits by Jean Segal and Lawrence Robertson, says volunteering gives you 4 ways to feel healthier and happier. It connects you to others, it's good for your mind and body, it can advance your career, and it brings fun and fulfillment. So meeting new people as an opportunity through volunteerism just doesn't have to be something for building a career or making new community connections. If you're new to an area, I can't think of a better way than to go volunteer somewhere where people share some of your same values. What a great way to meet new people in your community. Also, people feeling isolated at this pandemic time. We've spent so much time on Zoom and so much time on video. It's really nice to go somewhere and have some face-to-face interactions with other people in your community. It also helps you address specific issues in your community and bridge gaps in needs. You have skills that somebody out there really, really needs to help solve a problem right here in Flint. I can't stress how valuable that is to every organization to have community members come out and share their skills with us. Some of the examples of community volunteering that I've done over the last decade or so. This was one of my favorite ones. This is my badge from working for the St. Petersburg, Florida Audubon Society. I worked as a volunteer bird steward. This might be the best volunteer job I've ever had. The requirement was that I had to show up and hang out at the beach every day for 2 hours at an area marked off to protect new nests with hatching birds and just basically help keep people from trampling the nests and birds that they didn't really always see sitting there on the beach. I also I've done this for over 20 years for humane societies from Florida all the way up to Michigan. I work as a bottle baby foster mom. So I get orphan kittens, puppies, and in one instance, I actually got orphan goats. And I have to take care of them because they haven't been weaned yet. So they have to be fed a bottle. And let me tell you, it is like having babies. I have to get up every 2 hours to make sure that they're fed on time, especially when they're small. No easy task, especially as I'm getting older. Another favorite of mine is I'm a huge Dave Matthews Band fan, and I go see him several times a year, but one of the things I do every year for at least a couple of those shows is I volunteer with Reverb. Reverb is an organization that works with bands to help them plant 1 million trees to offset the carbon costs of their tour. I also work as a water monitor for the Flint River Watershed Coalition, so I help test water in the Flint River and in parts of the watershed around it to just monitor the health of both the river, the watershed, and the environment around it. And I also regularly stop over to St. Mary's Church a couple Wednesdays a month and help them fill food bags to help families who are having issues with food security. These are all things that are part of my interests, from working with a band that I love to taking care of baby animals. What this is meant to show is that there is something out there for you. It doesn't matter what your interests are, there is something for you to do. I think my favorite quote from all of the supporting documentation that I looked up was actually from the National Health Institute. And it was part of a study called Volunteering and Health Benefits in General Adults. And it says, volunteering should be promoted by public health, education, and policy practitioners as a kind of healthy lifestyle. When we think of lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, we think of the food we eat, we think of going to the gym, We think of putting on sunscreen, but actually going out and volunteering in your community is part of a healthy lifestyle too. It helps you build connection, it helps improve your job skills, it gives you life satisfaction, and it can even help you live longer. So I hope that all of you will go out after today and find somewhere to share your skills and share your ideas and share your talents with somebody who really, really needs them, and enjoy spending some time connecting to your community by volunteering.